Hey guys, my name is Zeniac and welcome back to another episode of FoolTopia here in City Skylines. Last episode guys, we did some more work with the infrastructure trying to hook up the new roundabouts to the highway to create some new kind of entry and exit points that are brand new downtown metropolis area that we've built recently. And since last episode, I couldn't do it no more. The highway was killing me in terms of the unfinished bits and bobs. There's still a little bit unfinished, but I've kind of done some work since last episode that I really want to show you guys. And I'm about to do it right now. So if you guys have been enjoying FoolTopia and want to see more in the future, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. So again, just to kind of give you an update, this is what we added in last episode, these brand new turn-off points which bring people direct to the downtown area a lot easier. We still have our original kind of turn-off there, which is beautiful. I've zoned some more roads to continue to go down, and now the roads go underneath and connect to pretty much a central road, which pretty much runs parallel with the highway, which I've now added in. Before it was like that kind of 4-lane single road, if that made sense. We've got a brand new little turn off here for whatever will be around here to supplement this area, and a little bit of there too. So it kind of bows out to go down to supplement this little turn off. The road continues to go in to the downtown section here that we got for the IT cluster. We got a little turn off here, which is kind of a little makeshift one at the minute. It was a last minute decision to add this in. That's because I continued this to go round and connect it up to here. There was a roundabout here that went in. I set it up to one of these. Then I noticed how much demand this was going to have eventually for all this, so I needed to supplement this last minute one in there. So eventually this will continue to go down here as it does. I'll get rid of this single lane here and upgrade it to the two highways going all the way down to connect back up to there. But that's for a future episode anyway. So yeah, I've really added it all back in. I've kind of pushed it right to the edges so I can maximize the land that we've got. And I just thought it would be pretty cool to be driving on the edge of a cliff here almost. It's quite a cool thing to add in as we're going to build up this huge IT cluster. But what it basically does, it connects our downtown area a little bit more to not only the buildings around but the highway. It's pretty much good to go. So the only thing I'm really missing is, well, we have this connection going across there. But it would be beneficial at some point to get a connection somewhere in here going across. I don't know whether I implement it, because we've got this long road going down there, which, again, this is the bit that I need to still update. But we need to do something. I don't know whether I do or implement in a bridge, or it might be a tunnel, like how we have a tunnel here, and we have a tunnel here, over there. I'll let you guys give me some suggestions on what you think I should do for that. I might... I could integrate it with this. I don't know. There's many options I can go down. But today, that is not what we're looking at. Now, what I want to do today then is actually increase our industrial production. I want to take a look at this tourist area that I want to implement here as well. Fill the rest of this with some residential. Maybe look at doing a bridge across as well. So I want to do a few bits and bobs lying around. But the infrastructure is, I think it's sorted for quite some time right now. So I'm quite excited for it to, how it's all going to play out. Right. So yeah, industrial. We have no industrial around here, and I'm thinking we need to implement a garbage plant as well to supplement all of these guys. We don't really have, apart from this here, it's not really going to stay there. It's just to kind of add it in. We don't really have a dedicated garbage plant on this side. We have this, but it's quite some time to get around. So I'm thinking, why don't I place some garbage production around this interchange there? Because you don't really want to live there if you're a resident. You wouldn't want to live there in real life. It would be too much noise from traffic. So I want to implement it in over here, which will then surround that area with some industrial stuffs, if that makes sense. So we're going to pause it for now. I'm going to replace these large recycling centers. Now I can drop one in here. And because we have Anarchy, I'm going to place the other one in here as well. But what I'm doing is, I've made them both have their entrances on this section there. So it keeps the traffic a-flowing. Now, we can continue the roads going down, which I will do right now. And I can make some of them go under the highway. So that can't go. Okay, that one can kind of go underneath. So I'll bring this out here by 60. This can continue to come out as well. So we're just kind of, you know, bulking up this whole area here. Now, what do I do in terms of this then? Should I then pick like a point? I should really make the grid here, shouldn't I? So if I just come off this by 10 and go down, it won't stay there, the connections. I'm just kind of trying, I'm basically just trying to figure out the way in which we would do the grid system. So up by another 10 to there. Alright, up by another 10, and I think we'll stop here. There we go. So I just want to kill these off here because they're too close to this, and that's what will cause traffic congestion and stuff like that. So if I then picked here 20, went straight down, pick another 20, which is 20 there? Yeah. And go straight down, and that is another 20 there to go straight down. So we got those kind of inlet routes there. We obviously want to take advantage of this. Now for that, I can just make it go straight up. Now this here, but funnily enough, I'm going to try and get the roads connecting together. So 6. Okay, it's going to be kind of a little bit of a pain. Let me delete that. So 13. Okay, we'll go straight in like that. Why not? Bend it all the way in. And then what we'll do is we'll try and implement the road connecting up. So if that's 13 there, and we'll go, oh, that's going to be a little bit funky, isn't it? All right, we'll bring this up by 5. So 8 by 9 is good enough for me. And what that would do is connect to there. So we create that little crossover there. So just to kind of make it a long-winded process for the traffic to kind of cut through this area, but at the same time there's some really good connections. There we go. So this one then, that would go down to there. Now, would I, in theory, delete this back a bit and maybe bring it off this one? What would the bend here look like? Something as simple as that? Yeah, yeah, that's more logical to go on that run. So then if I brought that out to there, pick the spot here. Yeah, that can go underneath. And then run that through as well. Yep. And then we'll create that as the connection point. So I'm leaving these big lane roads free to this stretch. So there's a couple of turn off there, but then you got a nice big drag where you can kind of pass through. So now I'm going to hook that up there, create that there, bring that directly down as well. So we've got some good little connections there then. And I think that's a good little grid section that we got up and running. How far does the water stretch? It covers the whole area. So before pressing play again then, let's kind of zone this all off then. This is going to be a long one. Right, so we got some garbage in there, like I said. We need to add in some more garbage. So let's get those large recycling centres. And again, this is good territory around here, this kind of section for industrial. So I think every so often I'll place down a garbage plant, as if we had multiple companies that were working with us. Or for us. There we go. And that one can just go there. Like, can I get that? Will that look right? The highway's high enough that it goes through, isn't it? Yeah, if I can get the angle on this as well. Boom. Got a couple of buildings that go underneath the highway, because that's really dead space. You can't zone under that. So if they kind of go underneath it, it looks kind of dope. You know what? It actually looks kind of cool. Yeah, okay, I can see the issue there. So if I just reallocate it. There we go. We don't mind that too much. Hopefully drivers don't crash into that. But just to kind of get that up and running. A couple of little garbage plants there. We'll throw in one more. Actually, do you know what? We'll do a couple more. Alright, replacing one there then. That kind of goes underneath. That will go through the building there. We don't want to do that there. Maybe squeeze one there. One there. Right, it hangs over the road a little bit. And let's just see what we can do about that. So select both of them. Push them in a bit. And I like that the road goes over it. Because again, normally you can't really get zoning underneath it. So if we can place a building like that underneath, then that's perfect for us. So yeah, this is going to have quite a high demand of traffic. But the good thing is, there's a connection there for the highway. And there's a connection this side. They're opposite sides, if that makes sense. So it can disperse pretty much evenly. And then we'll zone in big chunks of this then as industrial. So we got the industry under the highway. Because no one's really going to live here, are they? Let's just be honest. So place a nice zoned chunk of this in. Not all of it's going to be it. But we get a nice, like I said, nice chunk of it as industrial. And I think we'll leave it as that. And then we'll just go offices on this side. So it's still industry, but it's where low density meets high density, where low tech meets high tech. But at the same time, I'm going to create a zone for it as well. Which is not going to make it have your standard zoning. Your standard industry. Dirty industry, should I say. Right, let me just run this over to there for now. There we go. So, oh, what was this building anyway? Was it the zoo? It was the zoo. It's what I needed to get one of the monuments in, wasn't it? Right, I'm gonna. How does it look being squeezed in there? Right, kind of. I'm just gonna throw it there. No, actually, do you know what? I won't. I won't put it there. Where can I put it for now? Is there somewhere I can just squeeze it in for now? Can I just throw it over here? Just to kind of get it out of the way for a moment. Okay, there we go. Okay, where was we over here? So we'll go offices. I mean, I could pull a road through that as well. Like that. Let me just upgrade like there so we can pick up the extra zoning. Some offices there. There's a little zone there for some offices. So hopefully we've got all the little nooks and crannies sorted now. Yeah, I think we kind of... Oh, there's a little one there. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to create a district, right? So I'm going to loosely paint this district. Just kind of cut it off there. So it's going to be called Washington Square. Fine. And we're going to give it... Is it an industrial office? Don't want offices. It's more the policies, city planning, to give it Industry 4.0. So that gives us the new technologies alter the nature of the industrial workforce. All industrial workplaces are for well and highly educated citizens, increasing production. Nice. Okay, that's what we'll go with there. Now I could do, we'll do this one, industrial space plan. That's the other one as well. So that one allows zone industry to work even more effectively by overlooking a few safety laws. Doubles the amount of goods produced. So this is going to be a little bit of a crazy one. We might need to figure out ways in which we can pump out the goods. Meaning, we have the export area over there, meaning that it would be very, very beneficial at some point to have a tunnel going across. Now, whether that tunnel is, you know, vehicles or whether it's trains, I don't know yet. They're issues that we'll solve when we get them. But what I do know is public transport. We're going to need to set up some form of public transport right now. Now, I did notice I don't have a subway stop here, which is really, really weird that I didn't add that in. But we're going to continue with this anyway. So what we'll do is we'll run the subways away from the main roads there. And we'll do it on every... So that, you might think that's a little bit weird to have it so close, but in terms of walking distance, makes perfect sense. So I'm going to run quite a lot up. The more the merrier for us, boys. That's what we want to do. Oh, I turned at the last minute. So one here covers this area. And then we're pretty much going to run it out. So I'm keeping it off the main drag road, as you can see. One there. 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 So keeping this rocking and a rolling, keeping this going. And yeah, that should be fine because there's one there. So that runs up. It looks like there's a lot of stops, but because of how they're placed, how their area is, in terms of walking distance, it's perfect. So we're going to integrate this into the loop that we've currently got going on at the minute. So if I brought that straight down to there, that's all good. And then this straight up to there. Let's get all this all hooked up then. So a lot of it won't be utilized just yet. And a lot of it won't even have power because we haven't done the zoning. But we'll get it all set up, boys. It's all going to be good. Don't worry. So what I'll do as well, I'm going to add in another subway stop just here. And we'll do it there. So I can cut through here. And straight down. I want to add a subway stop in here as well. We'll do 2. We'll do one there, one there. Again, walking distance. You got to think of they're there and there. Like you got to go up that way. If it was straight across, you'll put 1 in, but that's not how we plan the city. And I want to have the maximum going on right now. And what we'll do then, so if I just quickly play for that there to update these 2 routes, so we'll probably see a lot of growing going on. But I'm just waiting for these to update their routes. Any moment now, you should update. Okay, we'll come back to that in just a second. It's not really that important just yet. This is now all starting to build, which is glorious. This is going to be it's going to have a lot of traffic in this area. But the great thing is, we should have good support, good connections and all that kind of jazz. Right. Only one of them's upgraded. So add a stop there and there. There we go. That line. And a stop there and there. So back into pause mode then. We'll create the loop that goes around here. So again, it's a lot of stops, but this is going to be so freaking efficient. Down to here, and then what we'll do, we'll cut straight down to here, to this stop, to this stop, to that stop, to that stop, and back to here. So that loop goes round there. So it's 2 colliding loops. And then we make this one go this way. So then this is the inner loop. So it bypasses these ones here. So if you get off there and there, you got to walk, or you jump on an interconnecting train. So try and utilize both loops as much as possible. Right, get all this in, boy. Get all this in. And then we'll start to then zone the middle of this island. What if I say island? Not really an island, this peninsula. So then, right, what we want to do is, again, we want to create that buffer. So we're going to have the high density commercial here. I'm going to have a nice large buffer for it. We'll do a couple of pockets then of high density commercial again. And really this is just to be the buffer surrounding the interchange. That's literally all it is. And then we just simply go high density residential to fill all these little nooks and crannies in. Because we have a really high population anyway around here. Around this area. And it's going to be over here too. So we need those big bulky shopping areas. Right, let's get all this in. I'll pause it. It's quicker to pause and place it in. Alright, there's so many little nooks and crannies we've got to fill up just here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Glorious, mate. Glorious. Right. So let it all come together. And then this extra space that we've got going up all along there will be residential as well. Because it's on the seafront, that'll make it, or kind of cause it to be very, very good land values, which I'm quite excited about. So a couple of water issues here. Okay, so don't fully go up the whole distance at the minute. Up to there. Up to there. That satisfies those guys. We can now see all of our garbage trucks coming out. So expect to see a lot of traffic for the time being. Expect to see a lot of traffic for the time being, as not everybody moves in, but as the whole industry just kind of finds its feet. So this junction here will be overworked, that junction there will be overworked, and as time goes on, it should be sweet. So the great thing about having this cut through the industrial area, you got to think of it as traffic passing through. Normally on a big industrial area like that, where's do I have like another one? Like down here, for example. I know it doesn't, or I got the same thing happening now. To pass through something like this with so much traffic would be a pain. So having that bypass, which goes over the top, is pretty glorious, mate. Pretty glorious. So again, it's going to take some time to get all this in. It really is. But let's take a look at the policing. So we've got the police tower there. We're going to drop in another one, and this is all going to cut off now from the commercial. Fire, we need some fire for all this industrial area, which will be great. Right, healthcare. We'll get another big hospital in. And then death care. We've got some death care there, but I'm going to squeeze in a couple of crematoriums. Just there underneath the highway. Which will eventually get rid of the buildings that are currently merged through it. Just got to give it time to stimulate through. Pretty sweet. Oh, do I have anything in this area? No, I don't. Right, we'll put some offices. Now, do you know what? Residential. They might complain about noise, but we'll see what happens as time goes on. Right, so that is quite a lot of zoning that we've implemented in. Quite a lot. So all that's going to be residential going up here. A lot of residential down here as well, because it's near the shoreline. Building back up to this beautiful IT cluster. Then again, we'll residential it all up, get loads of residents all in. So these work areas have the workers pretty much. So I'm seeing some sewage issues, which, yeah, we'll kind of borderline on that anyway. I know there's a big update coming out very soon, which we can sort out all the garbage, not the garbage, the waterworks stuff, if that makes sense. So just for now then, we're going to squeeze a couple of these bad boys in. It won't solve the issues, but it will just kind of supplement us for the time being. So just by adding those twos in, I wonder how much it puts. Okay, so it puts us up into the green. Okay. So again, we'll just kind of roll with that until that update for the game comes out. It's coming out, I think it comes down the 26th of March, doesn't it? Yeah. Right. So we got these little pockets here of greenery. So why don't we bulk those up with some trees? And I'm thinking these big boys. Right. Oh, I was so close there from bulldozing. Right, we paused? Yeah, we paused. So I think this will be a nice spot here to kind of add in these big bulky trees. I like placing these in, because they're so dominant. It's amazing. Alright, let me get these little greenery trees in to fill in the little nooks and crannies and gaps that those big trees don't do. So you can see here now then the contrast between the two trees. You get the big tall ones and the small ones. And it just kind of creates that natural sound barrier, which is great. So how much traffic and vehicles is... Yeah, look at the amount of vehicles now turning off here to get in. Because they're just cutting through, because it's easier for them rather than turning off here to get down there. But we're going to have a lot of traffic now appearing. We just got to give it some time to get through. And then we'll see where the chips fall before we then need to decide, okay, traffic rules need to be applied, traffic lane management and all that kind of jazz. Right, I can do something just here anyway to kind of initially bring them in. So if that's turning, because I know these aren't really great little turn-offs, but until I work on this area, this is what we get in. Right, I'm just going to do that. So then I can make that straight, Or at least these here straight. So people coming from that way go that way. So all the traffic filters in like that. So these guys can just continually push forward. Junction restrictions. Yeah, I don't want to do roundabout stuff just yet because, again, I haven't even worked on this area. This is all about just trying to filter these guys in. This is literally all it's about. So they'll be filtered in naturally. Bringing everyone in, which is great. So it shows you how much alleviation those roundabouts give to this junction, which is pretty sweet. That's the last thing I wanted, that to be overrun. So that's what these pretty much do. So traffic is pretty much getting built up pretty big at a minute, isn't it? What kind of speed limits do we have? 100. I think it's more the little turns, isn't it? The little 90-degree turns that are kind of slowing us down there. But that's okay. It's just the initial traffic moving in, so it will eventually disappear. I don't want to edit anything because I know it's just the initial traffic moving in. So there we go. Traffic now building up over here. Good stuff. We're gonna get a lot of it. So that's what we gotta remind ourselves. We're gonna get so much of it as people try and slowly move in. Now we've got one there. We've got a turn off there. You would be thinking, why don't I kind of create one here to kind of come in? That probably would be not too much of a bad idea, would it? Really? But again, I'll leave that for another episode anyway because we've got so much done. So while that happens then, why don't we take a quick look at what I would do here for the tourist kind of area. So let's say I had, or this came out like that. Is that 90 degree? Why is that so bendy? Let's turn off the anarchy. So there. Because what I want to happen is this here. So if I create that going across there, that 30. This to pretty much... I'm trying to... I want to see if I can actually get this. Wow. I don't know why it's doing that now. The game has moments like this where it goes, you know what, Seniac? We don't even care no more. We're going to do our own thing. There we go. That kind of goes over there. I don't know if that's the right way to go about doing it though. Or whether I have that running along down this way will probably be a better option. Right, we're going to go down for the trees then. So if I brought this down by 20, went across to, let's say, here. And then we created the bend like that. And that was just a simple connection like that. But I'm going to need to also make the land go how I want it to go. To filter in. I'm going to quickly pause. Because what I need to do is bring the land up in some areas. So if I pick this, push this down, follow that road. And then we get the road itself. There we go. And then we use this as a bridge going across, which for some reason didn't want to do what I wanted to do. Yeah, just smoothing this land out then. It's all kinds of funky shapes right now. I'll put it back into play mode. So I'm not quite sure what the road's doing here. not quite sure. So what if I deleted this road? Had it preset on... Whoa. That looks funky to my eyes. Right, let's turn the anarchy off while we do that. Alright, let me delete this. I think it's better if I go down that road and do it. Right, this then. Why is it not on the bend? Seniac boy, sort it out. The whole thing is now looking really weird. What's going on? I think I might leave this for another day, because that's going to be another future headache that I will want to get right. I don't want to mess around when the game is just going a little bit crazy right now. But how is this area now progressing? Right, people are still turning in, trying to move in, which is all good. Let's just sort out these issues with these junction restrictions in terms of just allowing them to quickly flow through. Same thing for here. Let's just kill off the crossing. So we can't allow them to cross. I know they're going to cross here anyway. But allow them to kind of pull in and get off the highway. How is it over here then? So that's all now cleared through, which is good. No issues over here, is there? No. Any issues over here? I expect there to be some issues just here. Yep. As people are turning off. But let me just sort out these restrictions, if there's any. So that will keep the vehicles flowing through in general. Again, I don't want to do anything to these roads until I'm working on this area, because I don't know how it's fully going to end. But yeah, vehicles, stuff's here. I'm hoping the subway line is playing a big part of it. Where is the subways stations? Oh, they're on this side. God damn it, you fool. So yeah, hopefully they're playing a big part and we're getting people coming in and out. But then again, we have to wait for the people to move in. So really, I'm still literally waiting until people have moved fully in. But the population is now up to 180,000, and that's really changing this metropolis area and how well connected it all is. It's pretty sweet if you ask me, man. It's pretty sweet. So I think I'm going to end it for here then, guys. I think what I'm going to do is delete this. And then come back with a fresh head with what I know I want to do. Because what I'm going to do for this area is turn it into a little tourist hotspot as well. As it all passes over and the road was going to run down and through. So yeah, there's a lot of work that we need to do to this area. But we'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually, boys. So we're going to end it for now then, guys. Going to give it time to simulate through and get all the traffic and everyone moved in. And then we'll see where the traffic then falls. And then what work we kind of need to do. So guys, until next time, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good.